In this session, let us discuss about OC test or open circuit test. Basically, open circuit test is conducted to find shunt branch parameters and turns ratios of transformer. Okay. Now, point here is how to find shunt branch parameters. And second thing is, one important condition is there, this test should be conducted at rated voltage and rated frequency. Why it should be conducted at rated voltage and rated frequency? And I am not going to discuss, we should not conduct at other than rated voltage and rated frequency. Why the reasons and all, I will keep it for detailed machine analysis, because from that area problem cannot be formed. Okay. Now in this directly, rated voltage I am going to supply, and when rated voltage is supplied and the load is not connected, so I2 is going to be 0. If I2 is 0, I2 dash will be 0. So in primary, what will happen, in order to develop some flux, no load current will be taken. So it is taking no load current. Okay, and it is taking wattmeter, some input power it will take. Why it will take input power? Basically in secondary, current is not flowing, so winding copper losses will not be there. In primary also, no load current is going to be very less, because we discussed previously one of the problem that, okay, no load current of transformer should be least. Why it should be least? Because there is no air gap. Okay, so we solved the problem 1 ampere, 1.25 ampere. Just go through that, you will come to know no load current of transformer should be least compared to all other rotating machines, because all other rotating machines should have the air gap, transformer don't have air gap. Okay, so no load current is going to be least. The moment no load current is least, automatically winding copper losses in primary winding because of no load current is going to be least, so we can neglect them. Okay, and after that we have to think of core loss. Okay, because in no load condition, hysteresis loss and eddy current loss are happening or not? Yes, they are happening. So this wattmeter will record core loss. Core loss means that hysteresis and eddy current losses it is going to record. Now anyway, for this is going to be practical transformer. Practical transformer can be modeled with our model. What is that model? We are going to have series branch parameters here, and we are going to have shunt branch parameters. Okay, so in approximate equivalent circuit, what is happening here? How much is the current flow here? I2 is going to be 0. Okay, now I2 dash is going to be 0, because reflected current will not flow, so no load current will go. No load current will flow. Okay, so this no load current will be recorded in ammeter, and rated voltage you are going to supply here at rated frequencies, of course. So my wattmeter reading will come. So in my model, only shunt branch will come. In this, voltage applied here, and current flowing through here, and wattmeter reading also here. Okay, now you have to find out the parameter values of R0 and X0. Okay, now let us try to draw the phasor diagram for it. This is going to be operating flux. Okay, and here this is going to be minus E1 or V1. Okay, now my no load current is going to lag behind, so this is going to be no load current. Okay, now what is the wattmeter reading? Because I2 is not flowing, so I2 dash will not flow, so I need not bother about the secondary side. Okay, now what is the wattmeter reading? Wattmeter reading here is going to be voltmeter or voltage multiplied by current multiplied by cos of the angle between this and this, that is going to be theta naught, no load power factor angle. So this is going to be V1 I naught cos theta naught. Okay, now my ammeter is going to give you I naught or not? Yes, so let us try to find out cos theta naught. Cos theta naught equal to wattmeter reading divided by voltmeter reading multiplied by ammeter reading. Now once you come to know the cos theta naught value, sin theta naught value can be found. Now if I think of how much is this value of current, component of current is going to be I mu, magnetizing component of no load current. Already we discussed it previously in the model. And what is this? This is going to be IW. So IW value and I mu value has to be found. If I can find I mu and IW, means current flowing through R0 is going to be IW. Current flowing through X0 is going to be I mu. Okay. Now let us try to find out how much is IW is nothing but I naught cos theta naught. Already cos theta naught value I found. So let me calculate IW. IW equal to I naught value ammeter reading multiplied by cos theta naught. Now you know IW value and voltmeter reading. So voltmeter reading divided by IW is going to give you R naught. So R naught is going to be V1 divided by IW. We found R naught. Now let us think of I mu. Okay, so in I mu is going to be I naught theta naught sin theta naught. So this is going to be I naught sin theta naught. Okay, now means once I mu is found, already voltmeter reading you know. So how much is X naught? X naught is going to be V1 divided by I mu. So we found X naught. So in this way we can find R naught and X naught values. Now what is the second step? We should be able to find out the turns ratios. Now coming back to here in the equivalent circuit. Okay, in this equivalent circuit actually no load test or OC test is a special case because current is not flowing, so voltage drop will be 0. Current is not flowing, so voltage drop will be 0. So whatever may be the input voltage is directly across my shunt branch. Whatever the output voltage is directly across voltmeter. Okay, so means there will be no voltage drop here, there will be no voltage drop here. So because of that, V2 is the voltmeter reading after leakage impedance can be considered as here. Even if you consider here also, same V2 will be there. Okay, now because of the lack of any voltage drop here, because of lack of any current, we can say means voltmeter reading here can be considered as V1 because V1 is appearing across the shunt branch or can be considered as across this. So what is turns ratio? Turns ratio is going to be V2 by V1 is going to be turns ratio. Now about turns ratio I have to tell you one thing. What is that? Like you know some different textbooks say that N2 by N1 is turns ratio or N1 by N2, and like you know people define turns ratio also as in terms of A or K, something like that. Okay, now transformer is a bilateral device. Okay, transformer is a bilateral device. For example, 1000 volts by 100 volts transformer is there. Okay, so 1000 volts by 100 volts transformer, if you supply 1000 volts, it will give 100 volts. For example, let me take off V2 by V1. Okay, if it is V2 by V1, V2 is going to be 100 volt, V1 is going to be 1000 volts, so 100 by 1000 is going to be 0.1. But transformer is a bilateral device, so in reverse way also we can apply. Under that condition, if I supply 100 volts, output voltage is going to be 1000 volts. Okay, so under that condition, 1000 by 100, N2 by N1 or V2 by V1 is going to be 1000 by 100 is going to be 10. So basically one thing I'll tell you, of course in three-phase transformer we can define turns ratio because of few things we will discuss in three-phase transformer, but in single-phase transformer turns ratio should not be defined as V2 by V1 or V1 by V2. Okay, so turns ratio I can consider it as V2 by V1 or V1 by V2 also, there will be no problem. Okay, basically because why I am unable to define as V2 by V1 or V1 by V2, because transformer is a bilateral device. Okay, now the last thing is why we have to conduct a rated voltage and at rated frequency only. Let us see. Okay, now already we discussed about the differences between linear and non-linear. Okay, means in this way we analyze. If it is linear, it will be a straight line. If it is non-linear, it will be like this. Okay, now for example, if it is a straight line independent of anywhere, like you know parameter values will not change. You please go through my previous videos for this. Okay, but if I think of, for example, non-linear, here operating point or here operating point or here operating point, we are going to have different parameter values. Okay, now basically like you know Bmax, okay, operating flux density. Okay, now means if you think of your magnetization characteristics, this is going to be I, this is going to be pi, operating flux. Okay, so if you keep on increase the current, my operating flux is going to show some saturation characteristics. Okay, now what is this pi? Let us think of our previous what do you say, no load condition equation. That no load condition equation is V1 equal to root 2 pi f pi max n. Okay, now like you know pi max, or we can say B max, anything is fine. B max because area of cross section of the core is going to be constant. Okay, so directly proportional to V1 by F. Okay. Now, if you supply or if you conduct this particular OC test at rated voltage, rated frequency, so this is going to be rated, this is going to be rated, so flux density is going to be rated, or pi max is going to be rated. So, at rated condition of pi r, you are going to get values of R naught X naught, because one thing I'll tell you. For example, if I get in single phase transformer only, if I get a transformer into my laboratory of 100 kV by 1 kV transformer, for example. Okay. So for example, only let me think of primary only 100 kV transformer. Now 100 kV may not be available in my laboratory. So as 100 kV is not available in my laboratory, if I conduct my test at maybe 10 kV, then R naught X naught values, definitely if you conduct your OC test anywhere, okay, means any voltage and any frequency, you are going to get, what do you say, R naught X naught values. But those R naught X naught values, for example, 100 kV transformer is there, 100 kilovolt transformer is there. If this 100 kilovolt transformer, for example, it is designed, so the design transformer of 100 kV, we have to normally use in practice at 100 kV only. Okay, we don't use it for 50 kV or 10 kV. Okay, so this 100 kV transformer in practice we are going to use it at 100 kV only. So while testing also I have to conduct my OC test of transformer at 100 kV only. For example, in my laboratory, if I conduct my test at maybe 50 kV, under that condition you are not supplying rated voltage. So definitely after the calculation you are going to get some R naught X naught values, but those R naught X naught values cannot be used in the practical analysis of my practical transformer, because in practice, as the designed value is 100 kV, in practice we will use it for 100 kV only. Thank you.